Welcome back to another video. It's finally the day where I decorate the room where I run my small business from. This video has been a long time in the making, as you can probably tell by the Christmas decor behind me, but so excited to finally be making this video. Wasn't sure what kind of decor I wanted to get for the room, so I was looking at everything that they had in this shop. Oh look, mirrors! Mirrors always make rooms look brighter and bigger, and there was quite a big selection to choose from in this shop. Really liked this one. After looking at the mirrors, I looked around a little bit more, but couldn't find anything that I really liked. The only other thing that I found were these self-adhesive hooks. After a long shopping day, we're finally back at home, and this is the mirror that was purchased. Also ended up getting these self-adhesive hooks. I want to use these to hang up a yarn hammock that I made. This is the yarn hammock. It's a bit difficult to see it when it's laid out like this, but please stick around to the end of this video to see what it looks like when it's hung up on the wall. In the past few months, I've actually been adding decor to this room, and I recently made a really cute flower garland. I'm going to show you how I made the flower garland for this room. I decided to use 3 different shades of green yarn to make the vines for this project. The 2 darker shades of green are wool, and this lighter shade is made of cotton. Got started on making this right away, and we're starting off with a simple chain stitch. It's super easy, but it does take quite a bit of time to complete. Already got started on making a few of these leaves. So I've made this vine with these really small leaves, and I've made it in 2 different colors. And I've also made this really long green ruffle leaf, all going to be different lengths. And this is the progress so far. We'll see how it turns out. First got the idea to make this leaf garland after I saw some pictures on Pinterest. And the leaf garlands on Pinterest are so unbelievably pretty. I just knew that I needed to make one for my room. The aesthetic that I have going on in this room is very foresty, so this is literally the perfect piece of decor for this room. It took quite a while to crochet, I'm not gonna lie, but it was absolutely worth it. Right here I'm making all of the leaves, and after I finished making all of these leaves, I'm going to add some flowers. And the flowers are really going to complete this leaf garland. Wasn't sure how these were going to be hung up on the wall, so I drew some little sketches to help me figure out what would look best. Decided to go with the stick version, and it took quite a long time to find the perfect stick, but I eventually found this one, cleaned it, wiped it down, and it looks great. I don't know why it's black. I really hope that's not mold, but maybe it's just the type of wood. Hopefully. But I really like this stick. I'm going to make about 13 total. This is coming along really nicely. It's going to look so good against this green wall. Right now this wall is just so green and plain, it needs a little something. It's time to start making the flowers for the vines, and I've decided to also use wool to make them. So I'm using 3 colors for the flowers, but what I love about these types of projects is that you can really customize them and make them according to what you would like. So if you have a different theme going on in your room, then you could absolutely make these whatever color you would like. Wanted to make some orange ones because there is a little bit of orange in this room. I had to put the vines up one more time. It was already dark, but I just wanted to see what they would look like. I was so excited to finish this project. And this is what it looks like with the flowers. It looks amazing, so it's now time to put it up on the wall. Today I'm finally going to do a little studio room tour. This is the room where I make all of the jewelry for my shop. There's a lot of creativity and a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on in this room. It's a very small room, so there's not a lot of things in the room, but I have tried to decorate the space a little bit. When you surround yourself with art, I feel like it really does help with the creative process, and I feel like it does give me more ideas when I'm making jewelry. It just has a really cozy vibe. So I'm going to give you a little tour and show you all of the little details. It is finally time for a room tour. So this is basically what you see when you enter the room. Starting with this desk, this is where I make all of the jewelry for my shop. I also fulfill orders and reply to emails on this laptop over here. So I spend a lot of time at this desk. Starting from the right side, I have my thermal printer, and I use this printer to print out all of the shipping labels for every single order. Jewelry supply and bead organizers. Most of my beads are stored in the cupboard that I'm going to show you in a bit. But these are some of the ones I like to keep out on my desk. Some jewelry. These forget-me-not earrings that are from the recent flower collection that I made. These ones are some older designs that I've recently restocked, so I just decided to put them out here so that I can admire them. We have these butterfly crystal earrings, and these ones are so spring. They have these little ladybirds. I just have these earrings on a little stand from a craft store, and this is also from a craft store. It's this like earring stand. You can put a lot of different types of earrings on this stand. This is Lulu. I just realized that it's got a little scuff on its head because it keeps on falling. I like to keep her right here. Filament bin USB. I plug this into my laptop whenever I need to print shipping labels or stickers. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I also use this printer to print stickers. I actually made a video showing you the whole process of how I print stickers. If you would like to check that out, please make sure to, Please make sure to check out that video if you're interested in the sticker making process. Moving on to this left side. These are from a little antique shop. I just use them to store like random things I have on my desk. Right now, I'm currently restocking some necklaces for a new drop that's coming up. This took such a long time. This is the necklace that I'm making. It's not fully finished yet. This one still needs a clasp and some extension chain. I'm making quite a lot of them. Then over here, I have a lot of different washi tape designs. I like to keep a few of them here so that I can easily reach for them when I'm packing orders. And this is a really interesting ring because it's also a jewelry making tool. I was gifted this ring from one of the jewelry supply shops I frequently buy supplies from. It's a really handy tool to have because you can open and close things with this ring. If you make jewelry, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a really handy alternative to pliers. The cloth I use to clean my laptop and printer. And then down here, I have all of my main jewelry making tools. They're all really old. This is a pair of wire cutters. It's a really great tool, and I would not be able to make jewelry without this tool. And I wouldn't be able to make jewelry without my pliers as well. I have had this pair of pliers years before I even started my jewelry business. It is a very special piece in my jewelry making tool collection. It's always great to own two pairs of pliers because most of the time when you're making jewelry, you need to have a pair of pliers in each hand. So this is the newer pair, and this one has these little things right here. So it doesn't have a spring like this one. A one-step looper, another one-step looper. This one is in a bigger size than this tool, which is for cushioning things. Like if you don't want to scratch something that is really like dainty and delicate, then this is a good tool to have. Over here, I have a pair of scissors that I use when I'm packing orders, and a marker that I use to write thank you notes to all of my customers. This jewelry is constantly being changed, but right now these are the pieces that are on display. This strawberry flower necklace also has a matching bracelet. It has a strawberry, some daisies, a ladybird, butterflies, and all of these different glass beads and leaves. It's just a really beautiful spring necklace. If you would like to check out these pieces, please make sure to head on over to my website. It will be linked in the description box down below, and you can shop all of the jewelry designs. I have some shipping labels and some chain. This chain is so pretty. It's star chain. The chain is made up of a lot of little stars. I love using this chain so much. And underneath the star chain, I have this chunky chain. Some bead stringing wire and some more chain. And this is a little bottle of lavender essential oil. Really love the smell of lavender, so I like to keep this in my room so that I can use it whenever I want. Some packing tape, some more chain. This is extension chain. And a tape measure. I use this tape measure every single day when I'm making jewelry and packing orders. I like to double check the lengths of the necklaces and bracelets that I'm packing to make sure that they are the correct length. And they always are, but I just kind of have that habit, so I like to keep this tape measure nearby. Inside of this, I have some thank you cards on this side, some more chain over here. I have some ribbon, and I use this ribbon in my packaging as well. Up here we have the leaf garland. It's been hanging up here for quite some time now. It turned out way better than I could have expected it to turn out. I don't know if the flowers look too sparse. I'm not sure if I want to add more flowers to the garland or if it's perfect as is. So let me know what you think, if you think I should add more flowers or not. I'm really not sure. I was thinking of maybe adding 2 more big flowers. I was originally going to cut the strings off of these flowers after I tied them. I'm kind of worried that if I cut the strings, I'm going to end up needing them later on. I might need to like tighten them or move them into a different spot. I just want to have that option to secure them in a different spot if needed. So I've decided to just keep the strings. The strings give this flower garland a very handmade look. These smaller flowers have these little beads. The pink ones have these glass pearls, and this cream one has an orange glass bead, and around it there are tiny little green seed beads. Probably shouldn't have added them because they're so small you can hardly see them. Just really love little details. Don't know if you can see that, but there's actually a hole in the wall right there. Right there.
Gonna take a
Really need to fill it with some wool filler, but that is going to have to be a task for another day. Up here we have a light. Over here we have an art wall. There is a little fox painting. This piece is one that I painted on a piece of wood. It's just a little winter scene with a cottage and a fir tree. It's just one I got from the shop. I just really liked the wooden frame. This one is a cottage scene. And this is just like a little piece of wooden decor. A picture of 3 little kittens. Down here we have a mouse eating a strawberry underneath a toadstool. And this one is a picture of a bird on a cherry blossom tree. Right here we have a window, the only bright spot in this room. This chair is a wheelie chair and honestly it's kind of ugly, so I've just thrown this green blanket on top of it so that it kind of blends in a little bit better with the whole foresty moss theme that we have going on in this room. And the duck cupboard, which is really big and it takes up so much space. I use it to store all of my packaging supplies. Also, all of the stock for the shop is in this cupboard. This duck cupboard needs a knob. It's been missing a knob for a really long time now. The only one I could find is this one. It's not the cutest. It might actually be okay, but we'll see. I really love the details of this cupboard. These thin lines were really difficult to paint because I was using quite a thick paintbrush to paint these. Up here we've got this butterfly, and the butterfly actually looks kind of wonky. I kind of messed up on the butterfly, but there is no error when it comes to art. I've grown to love the little butterfly. Over here we have some leaves and some strawberries and some flowers. And then we have a duck. There's some more leaves, strawberries, and some flowers down here. Then this is the second door of the cupboard, and we've got some more grass and leaves and another duck. Up here we have some toadstools, and on the last door we've got a big flower and a deer. We've got another little mushroom down here and some flowers and leaves. And that is the whole cupboard. It took me a few days to paint all of the details onto this cupboard, but I really like how it turned out. Down here on the floor, I have this snail rug. I made the spiral with a French knitter and then just sewed the spiral together with some yarn. This part of the snail, like the body and the face, are crocheted. It's got these big eyes and a little mouth. You may or may not have noticed that this vine is loose and it hasn't been tied onto the stick. And the reason why it's like that is because I was planning to actually take this vine and wrap it around this mirror. The idea was to thread the vine around the sides of the mirror all the way around, but it didn't end up working because the vine made the mirror stick out and away from the wall like this. And it didn't look that good. The mirror looks fine without the vine, but it was just an idea that didn't end up working. It didn't take too long to make. It was actually quite a simple little project. I think it would be really cute to put some balls of yarn or some little plushies in this hammock, but I wouldn't be able to put something that's too heavy in this hammock because I don't know how strong these hooks are, but even when it's empty, I feel like it still looks super cute. This space next to the cupboard was really empty and it kind of looked weird with nothing. So now that I have this little yarn hammock, it feels complete. The walls of this room are very green. I was going for like an olive green type of color, but messed up and I accidentally got the wrong shade of green. Went ahead and painted the walls anyway. Honestly, it's kind of grown on me. I still wanted to add some more details onto the wall because I thought that like it's just so green and it needs a little bit more detail. So I went ahead and painted these little toadstools above the light switch. Just painted this with regular acrylic paint. Loved it so much, so I decided to add another little wall painting. This painting of a bird with a nest. Painted this one above the door. I don't know if you can see, but I also painted these little eggs. This is a close-up of the bird. And this is my entire room. Hope you enjoyed this little room tour video. If you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I make a lot of different small business videos, including jewelry making, order packing, and other behind the scenes videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.